Today we're going over lesson 9.4, which is on rational numbers. We are going to focus on converting fractions and decimals. So a rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction, where n and d are integers and d cannot equal 0. So anytime, even if you see a whole number such as 7, we can always make that as a fraction as 7 over 1. Also, when you see decimals, terminating and repeating decimals are considered rational numbers. For terminating decimals, those are decimals that stop. Okay, so for example, negative 3.2, another example, 0.625, 0.1, 0.25, 0.625. Anything that stops is a terminating decimal, which is a rational number, meaning that it can be written as a fraction. Also, repeating numbers are, repeating decimals are numbers that are a decimal that continue to go on repeating the same number or numbers. Those can also be written as fractions. When you have a repeating decimal, you'll see a line, and that is the bar notation. Whatever numbers the bar is going over are the numbers that are repeating. So for example, 0.3, the bar is over the 3, so it's 0.3333333. First, we're going to do decimals to fractions. I always like to say, however you read it, you write it, and always simplify if you can. Okay, the first one, which is also on your note sheet, so follow along, take your notes. When it has two decimal places or two numbers after the decimal, first we go tenths, then hundredths. So since it's red, 32 hundredths, we do 32 over 100. Then you can simplify. You can simplify by 2 or 4. If you start with 2, that's okay. You'll just have to go again. Or you can go with 4. 32 divided by 4 is 8. And then 100 divided by 4, if you have 4 quarters, it's $1. So 100 divided by 4 is 25. Moving on to example 2. Anytime you have a number to the left of the decimal point, that means it's going to be a mixed number. This would be tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So this would be 1 and 24 over 1,000. Anytime any of these numbers both end in even numbers, such as 4 and 0, you can again always start with 2. Let's start with 4 and see where we end up. $24 divided by 4 is 6. Don't forget to keep that 1 carrying along. 1,000 divided by 4 would be 250. Oh no, those are still even numbers, which means I can keep on going. I'm going to divide it by 2. And I'm going to get 1 and 3 over 125, which that's all we can go, so that would be my final answer. Okay, moving on to example 3. -5 and 59 hundredths. Now we love this one because 59 over 100 you cannot simplify. There's no numbers besides 1 that can go into both, so it's a done deal, and we're finished. Good. Hopefully you took down all your notes, and hopefully you're ready to show off your skills. So at this time, you can pause the video, okay? And then once you finish them off, you can play it again. Okay, so now I'm going to go over these. Hopefully you did pause and do your work. The first one would be -5 and 65 over 1,000. Because again, it goes tenths, hundreds, thousands. Anything that ends in a 5 and a 0, we know 5 can go in. So then we have -5. 65 divided by 5 is 13. And 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. The next one, hopefully you did 15 hundredths. Love it again because it ends in 5 and 0, so we know 5 can go into both of them. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. The last one would be 6 and 4 hundredths. With this one, I can divide by 4, and you get 6 and 1 over 25. Awesome. One more concept. Now we're going to reverse it and go fractions to decimals. This does require division, which I know is not always a fan favorite, but just follow along and take your notes. Anytime you're dividing a fraction, the numerator is going to go inside the house. Okay, so let's start with this one, -18 over 40. If you need a special technique to think about it, you could always think, drop it down, build a house, throw it in. The 18 is going to go into the house. Okay, again, the numerator goes inside the division house. I always like to start off with a decimal and 2 zeros. If I don't need the 2 zeros, that's okay. I always also like to put the decimal point right up into the quotient. Okay, and don't forget, my final answer is going to be negative, so I'm going to throw that over there just so I don't forget about it. 40, I know, can't go into 1, can't go into 18, so now we're going into 180. So I'd like to think even 4 times what would give me close to 18, which would be 4, which is going to give me 16, which means 40 times 4 is 160. I have 20 left over, bring down my 0, and then 40 into 20 would go 5 times, which is awesome because that's 200. So my final answer is -0 and 45 hundredths. Example 2. Anytime you see that the numerator is bigger than your denominator, that means that my number is going to be greater than 1. So again, I'm going to put the 4 inside the division house. Again, you could do the whole method, drop it down, build a house, throw it in, if you want to use that, or if you just keep thinking about the numerator going inside. Now I'm going to put my decimal right up there so I don't forget. Now in this case, 3 can go into 4 one time, which is 3. 1 left over, bring down my 0. 3 goes into 10 3 times, which is 9. 1 left over, and now a 0. And oh no, if you notice, I'm going to get 10 again. So at that point, we know that if I keep going, it's just going to keep going in 3 times. Therefore, my final answer is 1 3/10, where the 3 is repeating. Last example. Again, my numerator is bigger since it's 8 over 5, so I know I'm going to have a number to the left of my decimal point. Decimal right up. 5 goes into 8 one time, which is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. Bring down my 0. 5 into 30 goes 6 times, which is 30. So this is one of those cases that extra 0, I don't even need. This will be my final answer. Okay, now it's your time to shine on the Show Off Your Skills. Pause this video, take your time and work on them, and then resume when you finish them. Okay, so hopefully you're back and you finished your Show Off Your Skills. For the first one, I'm going to go 12 into 7.00. Put my decimal up. 12 into 70 goes 5 times, which is 60. 10 left over, and bring down my 0. Now 12 into 100 goes close with 8 times, which is 96. 4 left over. Another 0 added on. Don't give up yet. All right. 12 into 40 goes 3 times, which is 36. Oh no, it's 4 again. So here's another situation where we're going to have a repeating decimal, but it's only going to go over the 3. So we put our bar notation only over the 3. Next one. Five goes into 9 one time, gives me 5. 4 left over. Bring down my 0. 5 into 40 goes 8 times. And we're done. Final answer, don't forget you do have this negative. Negative 1.8. Final one, 25 into 8.00. I like working with 25 because I always like to think of quarters. I know 25 can't go into 8 because, again, this numerator is smaller than your denominator. 25 into 80, well, 3 quarters would give you 75 cents. 80 minus 75 is 5. Bring down my 0. 25 into 50 goes 2 times. So my final answer, don't forget the negative, negative 0.32. Good. Okay. At this time, go back in the video, go over anything that you are not sure of, and then continue on with your next task. Okay, thanks for watching.